Anyone who has political understanding understands and knows that political crises will be staged by Obama now because they've committed political suicide, and the only way to raise themselves from the dead is to play the part of victims. And now, not just Michael Savage, but Rush Limbaugh is saying they're going to stage something and try to suspend the election. And for the first time, all the pieces are in place for this to happen. This is a revolution by a criminal financial oligarchy to take over our country. And there are no fewer than 10 that I have discovered, and we played the clips here, of White House czars. The diversity czar, the regulation czar, the new head of the FCC, a whole bunch of members of Congress, but 10 in the Obama administration writing white papers, giving speeches, in between praising Chavez or Mao. They say we need to restrict free speech in America. Now, our free speech, anybody criticizing the government, it's now called hate. And it's in the news today. They're saying that Sarah Palin is being hateful, whether you love her or hate her. The point is, she's milquetoast. But if they can take her and then blame her for what's happening and try to demonize criticism of the government, they can go anywhere. Now, here's Ed Schultz yesterday on his radio show saying, shut up, Rush Limbaugh, and shut up anyone criticizing the government, and implying that you're not allowed to have political views on a radio show, but he's allowed to have his views on radio and TV. Now, whether you agree with Limbaugh or don't, the only monopoly we've had is the left-right control paradigm of the Republicans and the Democrats being the only people on dominant radio and not constitutionalists, not libertarians. I'm trying to change that. And pretty soon we're going to be up there close to 100 stations. We got 4 stations last week, 3 the week before, 2 new stations this week. XM 2 weeks ago went to 6 nights a week. Rebroadcasting part of the broadcast, part of the show. Obama's openly announcing cybersecurity, that he can shut the web down or censor whoever he wants. The New York Times, Time Magazine are proposing shutting down anyone that criticizes the government. I mean, they're saying this word for word. They mean business. And they will stage terror attacks as the pretext to do it. And they've been lining up the police and military and brainwashing them and prepping them for this. There's no doubt they must do it. That's why Limbaugh has said they're going to stage something and try to suspend the election. There's nothing else they can do. And the Republican Party's going in trying to block real candidates like Rand Paul in Kentucky for the Senate. Let's play a clip of Ed Schultz. This is vicious. And he says, we've seized control of health care. Now let's seize the media. They're going for broke. They're lawless crooks. And this guy is so un-American to call for this. Here it is.
It is a cultural war that's taking place in America. You're exactly right. And it's being played out over the airwaves of America. And I hope the Democrats now turn to the Fairness Doctrine. It's time now for the Democrats to consider the Fairness Doctrine when you've got Rush Limbaugh out there saying we've got to defeat these bastards. He is now openly admitting that he is going to work against and campaign against against the Democratic Party and campaign against Obama. And he is motivating people with the microphone, and he's electioneering.
Oh, my gosh.
Keep on talking, Rushki. Hell, maybe I'll get on 600 stations, too, or how many you own, or whatever.
Hit pause. We're going to come back in the next segment and play the rest of it. Did you hear that? Keep on talking, Rusky. Maybe I'll get on 600. Yeah, when he's taken off. I mean, Schultz is such a pile of crap. I mean, he is an enemy of this country. He is a tyrant. He is a thug. All right, so let's just play the clip from the beginning. We started at the end of the last hour. You've got all these congressmen, all these senators, at least 10 of Obama's czars, on record saying restrict free speech in America. Take over the internet. Shut down anybody that disagrees with man-made global warming, anthropogenic global warming. Now, here's Schultz saying, keep talking, Limbaugh. We're going to bring back the Fairness Doctrine and kick you off and put me on your stations. Oh, you hear that, private station owners? You've got to put this disgusting dirtball, Ed Schultz, on your station. Again, I'm an enemy of anybody that calls for banning free speech and free market, and I'm all for the free press. I own one. The free press is great if you own one. And that's the great thing about the internet. Now everybody can own their own printing press. And the system worldwide is coming in against the internet and free speech and talk radio. And the FCC's declared under cybersecurity, they will regulate the internet. They mean business. This is so un-American, so threatening, so evil. They've already seized healthcare, and he says that. Now let's just seize talk radio. I mean, we might as well be East Germany or communist China. I mean, the magnitude of what these people are calling for to shut down their competition. That's the nature of big government. It's a bunch of control freaks who can't make it because nobody wants to listen to him. What's Schultz on TV got, like 100,000 viewers or something? No one watches MSNBC. It's a joke. Their top-rated show has 400,000 viewers, and Glenn Beck posing as a patriot has 4 million? My show has 2 million a day. You think this guy likes the fact that no one wants to listen to him? So it'd be like if somebody owned a better Mexican food restaurant or a better steakhouse than you, and so you got voted in as the city council mayor, and so you had the health department go shut them down because your restaurant's full of big fat cockroaches and rat turds. Let's go ahead and play this un-American enemy of America, just a dangerous person, Pig Schultz. Here he is.
It is a cultural war that's taking place in America. You're exactly right. And it's being played out over the airwaves of America. And I hope the Democrats now turn to the Fairness Doctrine. It's time now for the Democrats to consider the Fairness Doctrine when you've got Rush Limbaugh out there saying we've got to defeat these bastards. He is now openly admitting that he is going to work against and campaign against against the Democratic Party.
Well, what do you do every day?
Against Obama. And he is motivating people with the microphone.
Hit pause. And nobody has a problem with Bloomberg spending $1 billion in his last 3 campaigns and owning a media empire. Limbaugh can run for president if he wants to. I mean, this is a free country, Schultz. Get out of here. Play the rest of him.
Electioneering. Keep on talking, Rusky. Hell, maybe I'll get on 600 stations too, or how many you own, or whatever. The fact is, look, it's not a level playing field when it comes to the audio culture of the country. Ownership has its privileges.
Yeah, that's right. You have the Defense Department funding you over at MSNBC. You're a fake liberal. You have your hand in our back pocket every day. You're a big fat parasite. And then you're mad because finally the right-wing radio, because enough people in the establishment are upset, is finally coming out and telling the truth because the ultra-rich are now robbing the wealthy and the middle class. Finish up with Schultz. Let's go out to break with him.
I will be honest, if I owned 500 stations, the drugstore wouldn't be on any of them. And that's just where it's at right now. But maybe we have reached the point where the Congress needs to equal it out. Equal out the audience.
And that means equal it out.
Just keep in mind, there aren't any poor people with microphones.
All right. Oh, really? Oh, he's protecting the poor people, cutting their Medicare and Medicaid. You're a sicko.